So at the time of recording, I am currently in week 6 of my 10-week challenge of recording a daily podcast. When I say daily, it's 5 days a week. I do give myself grace on the weekends, but I'm going to let you know what I'm taking away from it so far and how it's going. Hello, I'm Olivia de Sousa. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I'm a content and podcast expert. I support visionary entrepreneurs and leaders passionate about living with purpose. Join me as we explore podcasting, life, business, and authenticity. Subscribe for meaningful conversations with a business buddy who gets what it's like. Welcome to Magnetic Pod.
I'm stepping in the next level me. I'm here to be everything I can be.
Okay, so week 6, 4 weeks to go. And how it's going. I'm really enjoying it. It's not easy. It's not like there aren't any challenges. It is stretching myself, but I like that. So it is giving me a sense of achievement, and a sense of completing something. Well, I haven't completed it yet, but I'm on target to. And especially if you've got ADHD, you'll know that that's a big deal to be able to, to set these goals and see them through to completion and to do it for yourself. And it's been a stretch in that it's made me have to look around for topics. It's made me learn more because it's given me the motivation to be listening to audiobooks and reading and all of this to keep having content, because I can share what I learn and what I do day to day. But I like to talk broadly about things, and I don't want it to be just all how-tos all the time. But I love to be able to share from and learn from my podcasting experience and what I do with clients and what I learn from that, but also just life, because I'm a multifaceted person, and so are you. And so anyway, having an end date is something that's really helping me, because I think if I just made the decision to do a daily podcast, I think I'd feel a heavy weight in that, and I might not stay as determined, and I would probably flip-flop more about it because I'd be overthinking it, and because it's forever, I'd be going, have I made a bad decision? I shouldn't have. This is good. This is bad. And I think I'd have a lot of internal talk going on that could sabotage sticking with it. So, but this way, having an end date makes me determined, which is a good feeling. So it means showing up, and it means showing up no matter what mood I'm in. So I do try to batch record, but still I could batch record for a month in one go before, and now I have to do it every week, and I might not be in the best mood every time, every day. And it's a way to show different sides of myself and to not push through, because that sounds very, for want of a better word, masculine energy. But there is something good about overcoming your moods and not letting them rule you. And like I've said in previous episodes, sometimes I'll listen to my own song about Messenger or something to just go, okay, refocus. Why are you doing this again? And you've got a message, and you've got a purpose, and you've got a goal, and get in the zone and do this thing. There have been some things that didn't go to plan sometimes, and that made sticking to it harder. But because I've set the target and because there's an end date, I'm like, no, I'm going to work around and make this happen. This week, my batch recording happened a day later than it usually would because of things not going to plan. But I'm like, no, it's happening. We're still doing it. You might have to move things around, but it's still going. So I like showing up in all different moods, and I like that shows different sides of me, because life is not I think people are overseeing a highlights for a reel and they want to see someone relatable, or if they don't, it's too bad. I don't know how to be anything else than me. And so, yeah, I like the pride that comes from sticking with it. And I like that it's forcing me or giving me the opportunity, depending how you look at it, to be more broad. Because like I often describe myself as multi-passionate, and actually creating content purely for a strategic point of view, like from the outside, from the end goal backwards, sometimes has the effect of making me want to rebel against doing that and makes my skin crawl. What I mean by that more specifically is if I'm making content and I'm thinking, my target market is this demographic, who's Mary, who's an entrepreneur with 10 employees who is awake at night with worrying about XYZ, blah, 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 and creating content that is that thought out and correct, in inverted commas, in terms of the strategy, that I could only talk about things that helped reach that end goal, that were podcasting related, that might make people want to buy with me. Yeah, I wouldn't stick to it. It's boring. So I still create content that I want to be helpful to my target market, don't get me wrong, but it has to come from the inside out. It has to be stuff that I care about. It has to be stuff that interests me. It has to be stuff that's real to me. I often like to talk about stuff that is, that has to do with my values. So having a daily podcast gives me the opportunity to have different facets and, different aspects and different angles that I can approach this with. And it also makes me be a bit less fussy and a bit more, let's get on with it. So I will hit record, and I generally don't do retakes. I haven't got time to be that pedantic about it or perfectionist about it. I haven't got time to worry about it being perfect and worry about exactly how I present it. I'm not doing a TED talk. Like, if you're doing a TED talk, you have to know it off by heart. You have to have it down pat. It has to be scripted. You're not allowed to go off the plan. This is not a TED talk. So this is off the cuff talk about something you care about. I drop down a few points, and then you can tell by listening to me, this is not scripted. So I've enjoyed the process. I'm 6 weeks in. What I haven't done that I wanted to do was do more interviews. So if you're wanting to be a guest, and if bonus points, if you've got a podcast as well, I would love to do some podcast swaps. But that is something I'd like to focus on and get happening next term. But I have found that I have been prioritizing getting gigs for my clients, and my own goes to the bottom of the list, but I do want to make that happen. So I'm like, oh my God, how did all these weeks go by and I haven't, and it's another day and I still haven't booked those in for myself. So will I do it next term? I don't know. I think just doing it a term at a time does work for me. I like it, and I like the idea of having a break and then, having a chunk, and then I can get behind that, which is really enjoyable. So would I recommend it? You know what? It's a day out of each week is how I approach it. So can you afford that? And it depends on you, your life, your goals, how long it would be, how long your podcast would be. Like if I was doing an hour podcast, there's no way I would do a daily one. So mine are short. So that makes it easier. So depends on your goals. You don't have to. If you do a longer podcast and it's weekly, that's lots. Like for a social media point of view, you can milk that to last for actually a couple of weeks. So it's not compulsory, but I'm enjoying it. And I guess because podcasting is my thing, that's kind of why I've wanted to double down on it. Like if I'm going to pick a platform and go hard, this is it. And I have noticed that I'm in the top 5% ranking globally. So yay! I think it has really definitely helped in the rankings and getting people into a habit of listening to me. So thank you for listening. Thank you. I mean you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's it. If you've got any more questions, please let me know. Send me an email, drop me a line. And like I said, thank you very much for being on the journey with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm stepping in the next level me. I'm here to be everything I can be. Like a snake, I'm shedding my skin to be my wild next level me. I'm stepping in the next level me. I'm here to be everything I can be. Give you whiplash when you turn around and see me go again. Next level me. It's time to be.
Hello, it's Livy here. Have you ever wondered about what the key elements are that make a podcast truly stand out? Or maybe you're thinking about starting your own special podcast and feel a bit overwhelmed and don't know where to start? Well, I have something for you. Introducing the Ultimate Podcast Checklist. Da, 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 da. It's a step-by-step guide that covers everything from the initial brainstorming to advanced growth strategies. It's the perfect companion for both new and seasoned podcasters. And the best part, it's absolutely free. Da, 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 da. To grab your copy, simply head to the show notes of this episode and you will find a direct link there, and then away you go. Remember, every podcast started with that initial spark and the right resource, so let the Ultimate Podcasting Checklist be yours.